Shortly before David Silverman had been accused of sexual assault, he had made some comments to me about believing the victim's forgiveness, changes he's gone through over the last 3 years, and curiously about the need of the in-group to always support their leadership, even whenever they've been accused of sexual assault. Strikingly appropriate, right? I wasn't sure about releasing this until I'd spoken to a good friend of mine, Callie Wright. So here it is.
When we're talking about assholes, we need to be wary of pigeonholing people. We need to be wary of being unforgiving. We need to allow people to get better, to heal, to repent. We need to allow that because we need numbers. We need people. We need donors. We need members. We need large numbers. And we need large numbers of good people. So I am hopeful that the number of assholes in this movement is smaller than we all think it is. But we cannot deny their existence anymore.
Yeah.
And we cannot deny that we don't want them at the American Atheist National Convention. And so what we have to do is make sure that we are nuanced in our criticism. And I believe that the nuance in our criticism of the assholes is to zoom right in on the assholes, not on the people who did an action, and not on the people who once upon a time were assholes, but now don't want to be assholes anymore. We have to allow them in. We have to give them leeway. We have to give them the opportunity to learn and grow. I have grown over the past many years, and over the past 3 years personally, I've gone through a lot of growth, and people need to allow that. Atheists need to allow that. On the other hand, we do not need to tolerate assholes. And if you're currently an asshole, dude, just stay out of my mind, stay out of my friendship circle, stay out of my membership base. American Atheist does not want your money. American Atheist does not want your membership. If you think it's funny to make fun of a woman, any woman who has been sexually assaulted ever, you need to check your morals and get back to us when you feel better, because that's not where we are.
On the subject of sexual assault, I noticed here recently, Roy S. Moore, this is from New York Times, Roy S. Moore on Monday was accused of sexually assaulting someone that was 16 years old.
Yeah.
And this is when he was in his, I want to say it was his mid-30s. Beverly Young Nelson told news reporters that, there's a quote, "I tried fighting him off while yelling at him to stop, but instead of stopping, he began squeezing my neck, attempting to force my hand into his crotch," and it goes on and on. It gets pretty graphic, but really sad. And of course, we know that's wrong, and yeah, it is possible that that accusation isn't true. Yeah, we don't want to take that typical route of just assuming that things are false as soon as we hear them, because that's what got us into this.
Holy shit! No, I assume that things are true. I believe the victim.
Absolutely.
That's no. We don't do the whole assume the things are false. That's what the evangelicals do.
Well, that's actually what I wanted to talk about, is the evangelical response to this. Not just the evangelicals, the Republicans are coming out of the woodwork here defending Roy Moore. And I'm thinking, boy, you guys already stooped to defending neo-Nazis in Charlottesville. And now you're defending pedophilia and sexual assault just to hold the party alive. I kind of wanted to pick your brain on that, because this one, David, I got to tell you, this one's new for me.
So what we're dealing with here is a phenomenon that's not unique to evangelicals, but it's something that religion does. Religion places itself above everything in your life, okay? Religion places itself above everything. There is so much horrible sin and debauchery in the Bible that they don't really even notice that when it comes to real life. So we've got evangelicals, and their number one concern is to support evangelicals. They don't care about the rest. That's their number one concern. Catholics support Catholics. Jews support Jews. This is in-group mentality, and this is what we're fighting.
Yeah, so that's it. Look, I don't know what he did, really. If you're concerned about context or any further details with that, that's episode 33. I'll put the link in the show notes, or you can find it at the website, therighttoreason.com. If by some chance you catch this video a little bit later and episode isn't available. It's probably because I chose to remove it from the archive. I have not done that yet, but I might do that in the near future. Thank you to Callie Wright. You can find her at thegatheistmanifesto.com, of course. Look, friends, we've been going through some tough stuff, and a lot of our leaders have let us down lately. And I think it's important that we remember that we're skeptics. We don't follow leaders. Famous playwright and activist George Bernard Shaw said, "Progress is impossible without change, and those that cannot change their minds cannot change anything." He was right. And he was also someone that later went on to support Hitler, so fuck him. You get my point? It doesn't matter that he said it. It matters what he said. Humanism is not growing because of our leadership. It's growing because of us. The skeptic community is not the victim here. The victims are the victims. We're going through some changes right now, and we'll be better for it when it's over. So, stay the course.